Hello friends, welcome to BuzzByte. Today I'll be talking about Solana and what is the price potential for Solana in the next 1 to 2 years. Solana is right now seeming very attractive. It's looking very attractive. You can see on the coin market cap right now it's sitting at 41.16 and the rally started right from here on 12th October when it was 21 or roughly around 21 to $22, and it has almost doubled now. It went up all the way to $45 today and then retraced back to 41.2. So let's talk about what is so great about Solana. And first let me talk about what is Solana, and then we will talk about what is so great about Solana and what are the latest development that has taken place in the Solana world. So Solana is a blockchain network that serves as a platform for various smart contract based applications. Solana was created by Raj Gokul and Anatoly in 2018. The native crypto asset of Solana network is Sol. We call it SOL, Sol. Currently Solana is home to hundreds of crypto applications such as NFT marketplace, DeFi and GameFi. If you look at some of the partnership that Solana is doing, like for example, Solana goes live on Google Cloud BigQuery data analytics platform. So what is it? Google Cloud BigQuery has integrated Solana, offering enhanced insights into the blockchain archival data and analytics. NFT AppFlow is one of the first to leverage this new service, sending data on Solana NFT sales and listing to the BigQuery platform. Another big news is that Visa is sent stablecoin USDC over Solana to help pay merchants in crypto. So any merchants, if they want to get paid on Visa, they can do that through USDC over Solana. So that's another milestone that Solana has achieved. Also on Shopify has integrated with Solana Pay, so you can get instant settlement with near zero fees. Solana Pay is an open, free to use payment framework built on Solana, is available to millions of businesses as an approved app integration on Shopify. Solana Pay is built for instant transactions and near zero gas fees. So let's try to understand what Solana has achieved in the Q3, right? What are the achievements? Why the price is being triggered so drastically, it has moved almost by 100% in the last 30 days. So if you look at key things like, for example, almost 45 million NFTs were minted in Q3, which is a 316% quarter-on-quarter increase. Fee collectibles distributor Drip accounted for 87.5% of these mints, followed by Dialects and Helium. Solana virtual machine and general tech stack are gaining mindshare and adoption from outsiders. Q3 example includes Rune post to explore a Solana fork for MakerDAO, announcement of Solana virtual machine powered L2 Eclipse and Visa payment integration on Solana. Solana DeFi TVL increased 32% quarter on quarter to $368 million. Also, despite concern over FTX liquidating its over 57 million Sol tokens, Sol market cap grew 17% quarter on quarter to $8.4 billion. So now let's talk about why would Solana go to $100 in this cycle in the current year, and by next year it should go to $500. And let me explain you, because nobody is explaining on YouTube. And I saw another video from Altcoin Daily where he's talking about that Solana will go down. Yeah, I mean Solana could go down maybe by 2% or 3%, but eventually it's going to go up. And my prediction for this year that this will go to $100 by year end, and by next year it should go to $500. It will not touch $1,000 or $2,000 as some of the people are predicting. Even Vanik, which is a very big company, they have predicted that Solana will go to $3,000 by 2030 or 2027, which I don't believe. It may go if the entire crypto market becomes $100 trillion industry. Okay, because Solana, if you look at the number of coins, they have much more coins, roughly around more than around 500 million coins as compared to Ethereum or Bitcoin. So I don't think that it will touch the Ethereum price, which Ethereum went up to $5,000 in the last bull cycle. So I'm expecting in this year it should touch $100, and by next year it should be able to touch between $500 to $600 in the real bull cycle. So let's try to understand, because nobody's talking about, and this is very important to understand, that why would Solana go to $500 or $600 in the next bull run. I don't know whether you guys are aware, but Solana has come up with a feature or a functionality, you can say, which is called Firedancer. And what was the need of a Firedancer? So let's try to understand that. See, Solana was always considered a centralized network, as you know, and Ethereum, if you talk about Ethereum is known for decentralization, right? But so Solana, though it was giving a good performance in terms of transaction per second, Solana was giving around 400k or 400,000 transaction per second, as compared to Ethereum, which was after the upgrade, now it's giving 100,000 TPS per second, right? But whereas Solana is known for higher TPS, which is around 400k. But the basic problem with Solana is, it's a centralization. It's a centralized network. What do you mean by centralization? Okay, so let's try to understand, and what business use case or what problems that Firedancer is trying to solve. So Solana has a single validator client that every node supporting the third generation blockchain uses to support the network. So what is a validator client? Validator client helps you to run the blockchain network, or in this case Solana network. Without a validator client, you cannot run the blockchain network. So what purpose validator client serves? It serves three purposes. Okay, first purpose is it serves you it's basically helps you to do the voting and consensus, right? So any transaction that happens on Solana blockchain needs to be validated, and there needs to be a voting consensus, right? So there should be enough voters or participants who can consent, and that's how the blockchain transactions gets committed to the blockchain or written to the blockchain. So that's where the validator client comes into picture. So Solana had a single validator client programming a language or a code or a software application, you can say, which was developed by Solana Labs. So there was a very high chance of failure, right? Because you only have one code which was written in Rust. Okay, so it's not the client was not very diverse, because also because of the fact that Solana was developed, and in the blockchain world things are moving so rapid. Probably they never had chance to make it as decentralized as Ethereum was or is. Okay, so because node client diversity makes a blockchain more anti-fragile, right? So if you have more different node clients, there is a less chance of failure. So let's look at what is Firedancer. Firedancer is a next generation independent validator client for the Solana blockchain that is being designed by the team at Jump Crypto, and it's going to improve upon Solana current and only validator client, which is Solana Labs. So Solana Lab has developed Solana Lab is the current validator. So the programming language there is Rust. Bringing client diversity into Solana ecosystem is very, very important, and that's where the Firedancer comes into picture. It kind of adds on to Solana Labs, which has been developed using language Rust, whereas Firedancer is being developed on top of programming language C. So Firedancer is designed to offer increased performance and scalability. In fact, in November 2022 live demo, a single validator running the new Firedancer client processed 1.2 million transactions per second, which is quite an achievement, because if you look at Ethereum, they are, after the upgrade, they are processing around 100k transactions per second. And if you talk about other blockchain, like for example Binance, that is Binance Smart Chain, I think they do somewhere around 5,000 to 10,000 transactions per second. And currently, before Firedancer, of course, Firedancer still has not, the mainnet has not launched, but it stays, this 1.2 million transactions per second has been recorded on testnet. But right now, Solana gives 400,000 per second, 400k transactions per second. So this is a big thing. In addition to performance improvement, a Firedancer client may make running Solana nodes cheaper, as it's designed to be more efficient. which could result in lower operating cost for node operators. However, the cost of running a node will depend on a variety of factors, including hardware and infrastructure costs. Okay, so let's talk about the programming language in which Firedancer has been written. It's developed in C and C++, a pair of programming languages known for hardware performance and reliability. They are designed to be fast and memory efficient, making them well suited for building high performance software. According to Jump Crypto, who is actually developed this Firedancer, early release of Firedancer will have some compatibility with Rust. This makes sense since most developers are using the language in their smart contracts. However, as the project ages, it will focus mainly on C and C++ based code base to stay in line with their own system's underlying language and logic. Let's try to understand why was there a need for a Firedancer and what is the business use case that is trying to solve, which is on the Solana network or on Solana blockchain. Right? So Solana validator clients have some limitation that can impact their performance and scalability. Most of these limitations are software based and not due to node hardware. Some of the limitations include concurrent transaction processing. Solana validators can only process a limited number of transactions at a time, which can result in slower transaction processing and potential bottleneck. This can be a problem as the Solana network grows and the number of transactions increases. As we talked about it, right? The centralized nature of Solana blockchain is definitely a problem. When we talk about Ethereum, it's quite decentralized. That's how it is known in the industry. But Solana, when we talk about Solana, yes, it gives you very high throughput, but at the same time, that it cannot. It's rather centralized. Sharding support. Solana current validators client do not support sharding, which is a technique that allows a blockchain to scale horizontally by dividing the network into small pieces called shard. You can think of sharding as if as like a parallel activity. So the different transactions can be sharded onto different nodes, and they can be processed parallelly, and that's what sharding means. So Solana does not support sharding as on today. So how does Firedancer helps in terms of solving these problems that we just talked about, right? So Firedancer client is designed to support a large number of concurrent transactions, which basically we talked about sharding, right? It can facilitate similar to sharding, and it can do faster transaction processing, as well as it has fewer bottlenecks. And this is achieved through the use of C and C++ programming languages, which are known for high operation performance and reliability. Sharding support we just talked about. It provides you the sharding support. You can do transactions in parallel, so your network becomes scalable. This can improve scalability as the network grows and allows the Solana blockchain to scale horizontally. Other things are network and P2P communications and enhanced consensus protocol. The Firedancer client uses a modified version of the Solana consensus protocol, which is a proof of stake protocol that allows validators to participate in the consensus process and earn rewards for their contribution to the network. The modified version used by Firedancer is designed to be more efficient and reliable than the original protocol. Firedancer is not replacement, rather it's an augmentation of the already active Solana validator client. It goes on to talk about expanded benefits of using Firedancer, things like improved performance and scalability, enhanced reliability, more efficient open source code base, more failure points and options. Failure points in the sense like, earlier we had Solana Labs, but now you have Firedancer, and I believe there is one more validator client which is being developed, which is I think from the syndicate. So that will bring in much more decentralization, as well as it will make the network quite resilient because you will have multiple failure points. These different validators are being developed using different programming languages. Solana Labs uses Rust. Your Firedancer is going to use C or C++. I'm not sure about Syndicate what language they are using, but yes, this will provide more decentralization, more resiliency to the network, and will be able to scale up the performance also of the network. So let's look at what was the Ethereum approach versus Solana approach so far, and how is Firedancer going to resolve that, or solve that problem. Ethereum approach has been mostly, it's a smart contract based on solidity. The underlying methodology that they use is a proof of stake. They earlier had proof of work, but they shifted after the merge or after the upgrade. They shifted from proof of work to proof of stake. The difference between proof of work and proof of stake is proof of work basically works on solving a very highly complex algorithm, and generally it takes a lot of compute power or compute resources, whereas proof of stake works on the number of tokens that you stake on the blockchain, especially on the Solana blockchain. That will give you a more voting power, more consensus building votes or power. So proof of stake basically depends upon how many number of coins you are staking or how many Solana tokens you are staking. That will give you more voting power and consensus. And Ethereum they are committed to decentralization. Solana approach has been smart. They have a smart contract based on Serum. Again, they have proof of stake, but utilizes also something called proof of history, which helps them to get a better TPS or transactions processing per second, as we talked about centralized control in Solana, right? So we talked about Firedancer. So there were 4 main goals of Firedancer, which you can see on the left hand side. Their goal was that to achieve in a long run 4 or more complete separate validators with separate team with different languages. We already have Solana Labs on Rust. They want to use Firedancer. Underlying programming language is C and C++. Then you have Syndicate, and I think the 4th could be another one. But their idea is to create more validators across different languages. The goal was to not a single point of failure in the stack. So there shouldn't be a single point of failure. Have 4 independent validators. And once you have independent validators, no single implementation with 33% of the stake. So this is very important and critical issue in any one of the code by validator. We still have that will provide a network resiliency. So if you have no single implementation with more than 33% of stake, obviously more number of validators, maximum you could have is like, if let's say you have 4 validators, maximum you could have on one validator you could have 25%. But they are saying that they are having that boundary of saying that okay, we should not have more than 33% of stake on a single validator implementation. So that was the goal that they started designing and developing Firedancer. Of course, performance on the right hand side, you can see performance. They did the Firedancer test in a test environment on a test net, and the performance for the network inbound and outbound. For the inbound, it was able to process 1 million tiles, 1 million transactions per second per tile. Tile they mean by per CPU core. So most of the laptops or a desktop, it tells you how many CPU cores are there, right? So it was able to achieve 1 million transactions per second per CPU core, and it is right now only bound by the hardware. What it really means is that given the CPU core, the software would be able to scale up to the max whatever it is designed and developed for. But if you want to really scale up beyond that, it depends on the number of CPU cores that you have. Let's say you have a 10 CPU cores, you can scale up accordingly. I'm not sure if you can scale up 10 times in terms of the performance, but yes, it is scalable based on the number of CPU core or tiles. They maxed out 25 gigabytes per second, 25 Gbps using only 4 core. I do not know how they achieved, because if you have on one core you have 1 million transactions per second, using 4 cores they are saying that you can go beyond 4 millions, which is 4 times 1 million. They're saying they've gone up to 25 gigabytes per second. So that's something very surprising to me, and it's also, if they are able to achieve that, then I think no network today in crypto world can beat Solana. Okay, network outbound, they achieved 6 Gbps per tile, which is per CPU core. That's quite an achievement, and they are saying that you have more CPU core, you will have more performance can be achieved. So this one just gives you Solana transaction per second performance comparison with Ethereum, Solana, and once the Solana Firedancer comes, you will have minimum 1 million transactions per second. But again, based on the CPU core, it can go up to gigabytes per second. And of course, BNB chain is, I think I have got these numbers from one of the site, but I believe BNB chain is somewhere between 5,000 and 5,000 and 10,000 TPS per second. So to summarize, guys, Solana is definitely made up for mass adoption. You can see here on their website, it is fast, it is scalable. You can scale the total transactions. You can see here it talks about 239 billion, more than 230, roughly approximately 240 billion transactions they have done so far. It is going to be decentralized. I know it is not as decentralized now as Ethereum, but it's going to be decentralized once Firedancer comes into play, once they go live. And of course, this is quite energy efficient as they claim, because it's a proof of stake network, so it has 0% energy consumption. Generally on the proof of work is quite energy, it takes a lot of energy, whereas proof of stake, it's quite energy efficient. So I don't know whether I have answered, but let me state once again, Solana is poised for a great growth, not just this year but next year also. And this year I'm expecting Solana to go up to $100, but next year surely it will go beyond $500 in the bull run. So guys, if you really like my video and you have gained something from my video, please do subscribe and do like my video, give me a thumbs up, so that I'll continue to work and I'll continue to make such videos. And also just to let you all know that my YouTube channel does not promote any cryptocurrency. We do a lot of research, and then only we present our research finding to our viewers. So if you really like very research oriented data, very fact and data oriented presentation or YouTube videos, then please subscribe to my video, and thank you.